Have you ever paused mid-breath and wondered what it would feel like to wake up, not just from a nap, but to a reality so immense it shakes the ground beneath you? Imagine this. The world you've trudged through day after day suddenly crackles with a hidden pulse, as if it's been holding its breath, waiting for you to catch on. We're diving deep into the swirling, untamed waters of a spiritual awakening in this video, peeling back the layers of what happens when the ordinary splits open to reveal a shimmering, uncharted expanse. It's not about tidy lists or clear-cut answers. It's a raw, electric unraveling that seeps into your skin, rewrites your pulse, and turns every glance into a question. At first it's faint, a murmur in your gut, a flicker in your peripheral vision, like the universe is tapping you on the shoulder, daring you to look closer. The air thickens with a weight you can't name, and the humdrum rhythm of life starts to glow with a meaning that dances just out of reach. Hang tight, because by the end, I've got a mind-bending twist about spiritual awakenings that might just flip your entire worldview upside down. Picture yourself frozen, mid-step, caught by the way sunlight fractures through a window, scattering light like it's trying to tell you something. Your dreams morph into vivid, chaotic symphonies. Faces you've never met, places you've never been, stitching together riddles that cling to you like damp clothes when you wake. Time warps, a single second unfurls into a slow, heavy forever, while months slip through your fingers like sand, leaving you reeling. There's a gnawing inside you, a restless hunger for something bigger, something no amount of binge-batching, gossip, or caffeine can touch. It's as if your spirit is clawing out of a brittle, too-tight cocoon, aching to unfurl into a version of you that's been lurking in the shadows. The shift seeps into the cracks of your days. You might find yourself staring at a stranger's hands, struck by the quiet miracle of their existence, or drifting from conversations that once anchored you. Silence stops being a void. It's a living thing, thick and buzzing, daring you to lean in and hear what it's been whispering all along. Your body hums with it too. Your heart might jolt awake at odd hours, not from fear, but from a wild, trembling awe, like you're brushing up against a truth too old to name. The sky pulls at you harder, clouds twist into shapes that feel like half-remembered dreams, and the wind hums a melody you swear you've known since birth. Doubt tags along, of course, but it's not the suffocating kind. It's a flint, striking sparks that dare you to trust the chaos, to step into it instead of turning away. What's stirring in your ribs as we wade through this? You might catch yourself laughing at the sheer strangeness of it all, a sound that bubbles up from nowhere, or blinking back tears that spill from a place too deep to map. Nature stops being scenery. It's a voice now, loud and insistent. The rustle of leaves, the groan of branches, the flicker of a sparrow's wing, all echoing back fragments of yourself you'd buried. Loneliness weaves through, sure, but it's not the sharp, hollow ache you're used to. It's softer, laced with a peace that says you're alone yet woven into the fabric of everything. Relationships bend and break. Some fade like mist, inevitable and quiet, while others snap into focus, burning with a clarity that cuts through the fog. There's a tug now, isn't there? A pull toward questions that don't beg for quick fixes but demand you sit with them, roll them around in your hands, let them breathe. The world's mess, its noise, its pain, its fleeting joys, starts to look less like random static and more like a sprawling, jagged poem. Lines of beauty and ache knotted together. You feel raw, peeled open, like the masks you've worn are crumbling, leaving you exposed but lighter. That restlessness, it's not just discomfort, it's a summons, a call to step into the dark with nothing but your shaky, stubborn wonder. Even the small stuff, the clatter of a dish, the scent of wet earth turns holy, each moment dripping with a quiet, unshakable magic. The shift deepens. You might find yourself tracing patterns in the stars, as if they're spelling out a story you're only now ready to read. Sleep feels less like rest and more like a doorway, your mind wandering through landscapes that feel more real than the room you wake up in. There's a fire in you, small but steady, burning away the clutter of who you thought you were supposed to be. People's words start to sound different. Some ring hollow, while others land like stones, rippling through you with a weight you can't shake off. You're not just moving through the world anymore. You're in it, tangled up in its pulse, its breath, its wild, messy dance. What's it like to feel that fire flicker in you? The edges of your life soften. Boundaries blur between you and the stranger, the tree, the gust of wind rattling the window. You might feel stretched thin, pulled taut between who you were and who you're becoming, but there's a strength in that tension, a resilience you didn't know you had. The past starts to look different. Not a chain, but a map, dotted with clues you're only now piecing together. Even fear shifts. It's not a wall anymore, but a guide, pointing you toward the places you've been too scared to look. You're shedding layer by layer, and what's left isn't polished or perfect. It's real, jagged, and alive. The pull grows stronger. You might stand in the rain just to feel it, letting the drops hit you like a conversation you've been dodging. Beauty hits harder. Sunsets, laughter, the curve of a leaf. All of it piercing you with an ache that's half joy, half longing. There's a rhythm to it, a beat you're starting to match, like you're syncing up with something ancient and unstoppable. The world doesn't feel so solid anymore. It's fluid, shifting, inviting you to dive in instead of standing on the shore. You're not chasing answers. You're chasing the questions, letting them lead you deeper into the mystery. It's subtle, yet relentless. You might notice your shadow feels heavier, like it's carrying stories you haven't told yourself yet. Music cuts deeper, notes linger, wrapping around you like they're trying to pull something loose. You start seeing echoes everywhere, synchronicities, little winks from the universe that make you question if coincidence is just a lazy word for fate. The ground beneath your feet feels alive, vibrating with a hum you can't hear but swear you feel. It's as if the veil between you and everything else is thinning, and you're not sure whether to run or reach out. The tide keeps rising. You might find yourself whispering to the moon, not expecting an answer, but half hoping it whispers back. Pain shifts too. It's not just a wound now, but a teacher, carving space for something new to grow. You're less afraid of endings. They start to feel like beginnings wearing a disguise. The chatter in your head quiets, not because you've solved anything, but because you're learning to listen past it, to the steady thrum beneath. It's disorienting, sure, but there's a thrill in being lost this way, like you're an explorer in your own skin. And then it hits you harder. You might catch your reflection and see a stranger, not in a bad way, but like you're meeting someone who's been waiting for you to show up. The weight of the world feels less like a burden and more like a gift, rough edges and all. You start to wonder if time itself is bending, looping back to nudge you toward moments you missed the first time around. There's a lightness creeping in, a buoyancy that doesn't erase the heavy stuff but floats alongside it, daring you to keep going. You're not just waking up, you're remembering how to dream with your eyes open. The current pulls deeper still. You might feel the urge to write, to scream, to sit still for hours, letting the world spin without you. Colors seem louder. Reds burn, blues soothe, yellows spark, and you wonder if they've always been this alive or if you're just noticing. You're not separate from the chaos anymore. You're part of its rhythm, its wild, imperfect heartbeat. It's terrifying and beautiful, like standing on a cliff with no intention of jumping, just marveling at the drop. The questions don't stop, but they don't need to. They're the compass now, not the cage. And here's that twist I promised, the special spark to keep you riveted. A spiritual awakening isn't a finish line, a trophy, or even a moment of blinding light. It's the second you realize you've been awake all along, just sleepwalking through a dream of being small, and now the universe is smirking at you, daring you to step into the game. Wild, right? It's not about getting somewhere. It's about remembering you're already here. The stars, the dirt, the air in your lungs, they've been calling your name forever, and you're finally picking up the phone. What do you think? Does that land like a thunderclap or a quiet hum? Comment below and let me know what this kicks up in you. Don't forget to subscribe for more curious, soul-rattling thoughts like this. And if you're craving more of this wild ride, check out the video linked in the description for a fresh, mind-twisting take on waking up.